Good afternoon. You are tuned into the WBGR network. You are watching Real Estate Talk with Lisa, Take 10. Today's subject is preparing for home ownership, SWOT to success. SWOT, you may say. What is a SWOT? Well, SWOT is SWOT. And it's a model that's often used in business, and it stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So we're going to take 10 minutes and talk to you about swatting your way to success as you prepare for home ownership. Now, before we get to SWOT, the first thing you have to do if you want to be a homeowner is make a decision. You say, it's not really that easy, is it? Well, it actually is. That's how it begins. It begins just that easy. You know, if you're going to get up in the morning, until you make the decision to get out of the bed, you're going to still keep pushing snooze. Sometimes you may want to do something, but until you really make a decision to do it, nothing happens. You talk about it, you tell people about it, but nothing happens. So you have to make a decision that you want to become a homeowner. And don't be afraid to make the decision. You don't have to become a homeowner the next day after you make the decision, but making the decision can help you make all the other small decisions to lead to that big goal. So, what about that SWOT? What's going on with that? Well, SWOT is an analysis tool that businesses use to determine their planning going forward. So it's a self-analysis of their business and helps them to make the correct decisions. You can also use it for your personal advancement. So, take a piece of paper, something like this, and make yourself a cross like this, divided into fours. And you have an S and a W, an O and a T, like this. SWOT. All right. So, when you're looking at that, you can say the upper half, where your S and your W are, those are your internal things. Your internal concerns are your interior concerns. And your O and your T are your exterior concerns. So, when you look at your strengths, do you have good income? Is your job paying you enough to where probably what you're paying in rent because you have good income could actually be a home payment? Then your income may be a strength for you. Now, if your income is not quite where you need it to be, it's still a little bit of a struggle for your daily needs, then your income may fall under the weaknesses. What about your credit score? Is your credit score really great? Then maybe it's a strength. If it's not so great, it may be a weakness. So as you go down the line and think about yourself, are you a saver? Do you budget? Is your budgeting, in the weakness side, or is it in the strength side? So as you look at the different components that you need to have going forward, categorize them as strengths or weaknesses. The ones that you see as strengths, celebrate those. Continue to move forward consistently on those. Those that you see as weaknesses, those are the ones you're going to need to work on. So now that you've identified what they are, maybe it has to do with how you spend or what you spend on. Maybe it has to do with maybe taking new classes to increase your skills for a greater job level. Those are the things that you want to think about when you are looking at your SWOT, because then you can decide, hey, maybe I'll go to night school. Maybe I'll make that job a career change. Maybe I'll do that little part-time business I've been thinking about because now I have a goal and I see I need to increase my income. Or maybe I need to go ahead and talk to a credit counselor about how I can get my credit in better shape. Maybe that I can call these creditors and work out a payment arrangement and slowly get myself back together. So that's how you handle, those are interior things. Those are things that you can take advantage of. Now, let's look at the O and the T. O stands for opportunities and T stands for threats. So, what kind of opportunities could you maybe look at in terms of home ownership? Well, you could look at a grant that's being put out by your county, your city, your state, or the federal government. That's an opportunity. So now, when you look at that opportunity, some of your strengths and weaknesses may come into play. You may need to have a greater credit score. You may need to have more money or less debt. So you look at that opportunity though, and you see it as an opportunity. You see how you can then strategize to take advantage of it. Now, there may be some threats too. What's a threat that may be in the marketplace? Well, one could be interest rates are going up. What can you do about interest rates going up? Might not be anything you can do directly, but if you have sat down and talked to a lender and get an idea of the scenario for you at the current interest rate, and then maybe let's say the interest rate, let's say we do a scenario where maybe it goes up a whole point from 4% to 5 or maybe 5.5. What would I need then? You haven't been able to neutralize the threat, but now you know what it takes to deal with the threat should it escalate. So a SWOT analysis is a good way to look at yourself as you prepare for home ownership and look at the different steps that you need to take. Maybe it's savings. Maybe there are other savings vehicles you can use in the short term to save. Maybe there's a program in your employment or another program that you can access. There are programs actually called independent savings accounts. They're not everywhere, where they will match your funds if you're under a certain income level. That's an opportunity that could help you to develop the funds that you need for your home purchase. There are also classes that you take for housing counseling that then qualify you for programs. Those again are opportunities. What's a threat that you could have? A threat could be the scarcity of property in your neighborhood, like move in ready properties that are in your price range. How do you combat that threat? Well, maybe educate yourself about the products, the loan products that are available to you if you buy a fixer upper. Take some of the mystery and some of the fear out of getting a property that's not quite in move-in ready condition and see if that's a property that you could look at for yourself. So again, make your decision about where you want to go with home ownership, and as you prepare, do a SWOT for yourself and see if it can't bring you a little closer to your homeowner success. We hope that these tips have been very helpful for you as you look at your future as a homeowner. If you want to get more information about real estate related matters, especially in the DC metro area, please tune in to WBGR Wellness Network Real Estate Talk with Lisa. You can also find us on your Roku or Amazon Fire Stick or on WBGRTV.com. For the Fire Stick and Roku devices, please type in WBGR in your search box. If you have questions for me, you can reach me at 301 542 5168 or via email at lisajeffery38@gmail.com. You can also reach us on our YouTube channel. Lisa Jeffery, Real Estate Talk with Lisa. We look forward to hearing from you and continuing to educate, empower, and motivate you to action. Remember, we'll see you at the show.